presidency spent no less than 34.39 billion on foreign exchange purchases for international travel and related obligations over a 2-year period, according to findings by The Punch based on data from GovSpend. We'll be expanding the meaning of this. I just want you to sit and think of this.
Look at that figure. It's 34.9 billion naira. It's way too much in 2 years. That's high.
But I mean, look, if you look at the flip side of things, according to government, it was meant for diplomatic runs and investment drives. So Nigeria would be of immense benefit. It would be of immense benefit to Nigeria in the long run. So see it as an investment for better days ahead.
To France, how many times? He's going to France again now. He's going again.
To Europe or France?
France. Okay. Except from Europe, he's going to touch down France.
Yeah.
Again. And this adds to the fleet.
Wait, just after his return from
Yes, he's going again. Just watch.
And
no wonder. I did see a report in the newspaper and it said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu visits Nigeria after his trip in Turkey, because that's what it seems like.
Did they really say visit Nigeria?
Yes, I saw the headline.
Oh my God!
I think the media, our media colleagues are really taking the pace now. They're really taking it to the next
Nigeria.
level.
Visit his own country. It's just like saying Olive Emily visits her house.
Or Olive visits New Central.
Or visits New Central.
In the morning.
I don't even know what.
But let's be honest. I mean, this video, I did see a video. Unfortunately, I didn't send it to the production team.
The South African president. No.
Both of them. Okay. Donald Trump returned yesterday. He too went out on a trip. He went on a trip. So he came back to the United States just yesterday morning, and he came along. He was just there. There was no lineup of people as we see there on the screen.
While Nigerians are suffering and some are dying from snake bites, terrorism is ravaging everywhere. This is who is keeping Oshomole busy. I hope I can find the video of him getting a massage. Fine, beautiful young girl. If I may say so as a woman, no homo, I beg. She's a beautiful woman. This is who is keeping Oshomole busy. They find her video. Girl, they live her life. Jollophing. See her now. This is now what they use your money do. I don't know whether Oshomole don't divorce his wife, but this is the new babe. See her now. Music, music. Una get the gist. He was seen in a private jet massaging this girl's leg. They massage her. One at the sofa.
In more news, the Executive Secretary, Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, Dr. Rabi Olo, says it is prepared to integrate standards issued by the
Dr. CM. Greetings, so Nigeria matter female person sleep. I dey sleep. But we go again now. Na consistency, wetin we go do until they divide the country, or we know wetin we dey do.
Operating in the country is
can't give up now.
of the stakeholders' engagement of the integration of Islamic finance standards into the Nigerian financial reporting framework, which was convened by the FRC in Abuja. Dr. Olowo clarified that the initiative does not intend to disrupt existing operations, but to enhance clarity.
Welcome, Kola. Good morning. Greetings to you.
Regulatory institutions for Islamic finance products and services. He added that the decision was in line with the Council's statutory mandates to develop, adopt, and enforce accounting and financial reporting standards in Nigeria.
Integrating these standards into a national framework will enhance transparency, will deepen accountability. It will help to step up and scale up comparability.
Now they hear lies. Their agenda is agending while Nigerians are sleeping. Una hear say the Muslim people, Islamic people for Lagos, they are now coming out and saying that they're not going to support any candidate that is not for them, that does not support them. Do you guys hear that? Maybe I saved it, maybe I didn't, but just to put it out there. They are planning for Lagos. One I tell they do oble every day. I say e go touch everybody. Shebi una think say na play. Why you people are busy partying in Lagos and dancing and doing oble? They are planning how they are going to turn the whole thing into an Islamic state. So,
On Saturday, they said they don't want people to move to another party. Is that what happened? What's the true position?
Well, so we had planned to move to ADC, and this is the Labour Party in Limosha. I broke up that arrangement. The chairman of the party, the secretary, and the complete structure of the party had decided that they wanted to move to ADC. And so we had planned this event in the compound of the office, the former office of Labour Party, which is now the ADC office, in the compound, because we felt like the office may not take the number of people that would come in. We're expecting about 500 people or more. So there is a space inside the compound where we had planned to use for this event. So I am giving you the, timeline of what happened. And then towards the evening, some aggrieved members of the Labour Party, a few members, who didn't really move with the structure, with the main structure. We heard that they were here to come and make some troubles here and there. So opposite, adjacent the office is the Area M command, the police command. And so we said, let's meet with them, let's talk to them about this, and just get to know that, we're doing this here, and then just in case. And then we went to meet with the area commander, and then we had sent a letter earlier, which she had approved. So when we
Tracy, greetings, sis. Welcome.
We got to our office and then we got talking. It was in the middle of that conversation that she got to know that we were defecting from Labour Party to ADC. Immediately she heard ADC, her countenance changed. I was like, ADC? And then she called the assistant to bring back the letter. And right there in her presence, she cancelled the approval. And it's like, you guys didn't tell me it's, this and that and that. It's ADC and they want to know this cannot happen. This is our civic responsibility. It is our right, constitutional right, to gather and join. And then when she gets it, and then I asked her a question. I said, Madam, do I need the police commissioner's consent for me to join any party? Forget ADC. For me to join any party of my choice. I don't think I need the commissioner's consent to join any party, just like I don't need his consent to belong to any religious
to go to church on Sunday.
I don't need to tell the commissioner that I'm going to church on Sunday. But we were determined to go with her because I was sure that, we don't need anybody. We don't need anybody's consent.
You've not violated anything.
And then the next thing, the following morning, she had sent, number of policemen, their vans all over the place, asking people not to enter the place. This place is a complex where other businesses happen. The next thing we started hearing that the APC people in that area, they've gotten the information that we're going to do this event. Up to now, I'm still trying not to believe or wrap my head around the fact that it was because we spoke to the police that the APC now got to know that we're going to hold this event. Because it was actually between us, we kept this information between our people. So, and because these hoodlums they don't have any sense, they don't think.
And
they
some of them are under the influence.
So they thought the religious gathering was and then they attacked those people. Most of our people were actually on the first floor. Okay, first. And so they met some of our people outside too, but the majority of the people they attacked were the people having worship. The church goers who were having their own church service there. And, you know, they left. But
Where was the police in all of this?
so after this happened, they're like 30 minutes later, the police arrived.
Ife Salako, you people are still speaking English. Una still dey speak English with people when they come for una lives. Too. Mona here, Mona come here gist o. Devumai. Mukuna listen.
Talking about sexual harassment in Nigeria, I laughed when I saw this video of Engineer David Omoye, the Minister of Works, saying if he wanted to chase me, he would have done it.
If I want to chase her, I will chase her out. Sorry.
Engineer David Omoye, I dare you to come out and say that you did not. We all know what women go through in our society and in your hand. This made me to wonder, how many women have you done something similar to and made jest of it? Good day, Mr. President. I am sure you have not seen this video of David Omoye saying I should have come to him.
But if she had come to me,
But we should not encourage the culture of men asking women for personal relationship when they are in place to help them. I know that one day we will sit down and talk about this issue. Reputable and just men out there will join voices with women who have been frustrated by the system called Nigeria. I don't want to say much about this because I have chosen to toe the line of maturity and professionalism, and that is why I am calling on Mr. President, every responsible Nigerians, both men and women, to ask David Omoye to desist from talking about any personal relations and focus on the matter on ground, which is properly compensating the diaspora investors who have worked hard to bring their investments back home and got their hope and dream destroyed. We are only asking the minister to do the right thing by the affected investors, not using some of my subscribers that are vulnerable and are also in coastal roads to perpetrate in another impunity. I am also using this opportunity to appeal to people in power. Please do not use your power to try to bring anyone to submission or to sexually harass anyone. Sexual harassment of any form is a big crime and shouldn't be tolerated in our society called Nigeria. I have suffered many forms of abuse from this, happy that I'm not desperate to the point of succumbing to any sexual form of intimidation ever. Let's not encourage this culture of come to me. Omoye, I don't need to come to a hotel to see for you to do the right thing. I don't need to have any personal relation for diaspora investor to get compensation. These are people investments. These are people sweat and hard work. I still believe that Nigeria is not a failed country. We are not demarketing Nigeria. I still believe that justice can take its natural course. Stop using people. I don't even know that I can come up and make this kind of video because everybody knows me as someone that works hard and keep to herself. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Hey! Am I surprised? No, I'm not. It's the audacity of David Omoye for me. It's the audacity of these men in power. They use small, soft hand for these people. So, cannot talk past like that. Sorry, oh, lady, Mrs. Stella Okengo. Sorry. I don't. Sorry, oh. And Nigeria, you dey.
Now to politics.
Chibike, welcome. Obi Kubana don't kiss the ring. Now, it don't say nah. You not see the video with Shehu Tracy. We know, we saw it coming.
Firmly ruling out the possibility of accepting a vice presidential slot. Obi made the declaration while campaigning for the African Democratic Congress candidates in Abuja's area council elections over the weekend. Let's go.
Please, your support in AMAC is critical to our journey. I am involved. I'm contesting the next election, and I'm contesting as a number one. When I come back, you will see. Thank you. I assure you, thank you very much.
Well, Peter Obi's declaration comes as he criticized President Tinubu's international engagements this January. In a lengthy post on X, Obi had questioned why the president spent 23 days abroad across 2 separate trips while Nigeria grappled with mounting kidnappings, insecurity, and 2 national grid collapses. The president had returned to the country over the weekend after his state visit to Turkey, which began last Tuesday with the goal of strengthening economic ties between both countries. Tinubu made headlines after he tripped and fell on a blue carpet during the Guard of Honor inspection in Ankara while walking alongside Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The president arrived at Abuja's Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport on Saturday evening to a crowd of senior government officials lined up to receive him, a spectacle that has sparked heated debate online. Well, an ex-user, Obiasogu David, posted a series of tweets, with one of them comparing Tinubu to South Africa's president, Cyril Ramaphosa, with the caption, "This is South African President Cyril Ramaphosa departing South Africa on a state visit to Namibia. How many government officials did you see line up to give him a handshake and shine teeth like roasted heroes?" Let's take a look at that video.
Sorry, not the music. Biko, me they not take down this video when I dey manage. He's not trying to lure Pastor Eze to join City Boys movement. Now so now, we know Jerry Eze go join. You don't get choice.
Sharp comparisons between
go lure all of them, all these pastors.
Aircrafts, including one of this video from
all these money pastors. They go join. They get say
Donald Trump, and he was, just coming down and with no special aid, no special envoy, no governors, shining teeth like the other ex-user had alluded to at this point. But, this is really a big issue at this moment. Dr. Vati, I'll come to you on this story.
Okay, first, let me just say that protocol formats differ from one country to the other. What they do in other countries is not what they do in other countries. So
but the protocol in Nigeria is a dumb one.
Our leaders in political positions, they've also inherited this idea that if you are a leader, either you are a governor, even a local government chairman, something as ordinary as even ordinary councillor, you are considered a traditional ruler. You have the first-class rulers in government. You have the
these guys still doing this thing. Not be this Matawale be that.
Hierarchy. And all of them, they just like to be, worshipped. So it's a cultural thing.
It's not a cultural thing.
Our people, politicians, political appointees, they add to it by doing a lot of eye service. People who should stay in their offices and be doing serious work, they will follow the president to the airport. They will receive him when he arrives. They will leave the work. In fact, somebody should do a study. It will be a good master's student thesis to find out how much time is devoted to psychophancy, just going to say, Kabiesi, at every time. In fact, do you know that some Nigerian governors, they leave their states. If it is a 3-day trip by the president, they will see him off. They will wait for him to return, for them to be seen, and then they will receive him again, and then shortchanging their people.
In fact, I've seen an artist make like a huge monument of the governors doing with the handshake.
I think it's also the personal choice of the president. Another president can just say, look, I don't want this crowd. You people stay in your offices.
Exactly.
When I return, I just come back. You can come and see me in the residence. Not for them to use petrol that we, the long-suffering people of Nigeria, bought with our money to go to the airport and back just to welcome, sir. No, it's a Kabiesi syndrome that should be addressed.
Absolutely.
I beg you, nonsense, mediocrity, rubbish. What is this? Eh? Eh? I'm telling you, 360 degrees, oh, sharply. Hey, Mr. Tokumbo, welcome, oh. You don't tell, Pueblo never read numbers, oh. When he read numbers, no worry, I go call on to you. I go say, Mr. Tokumbo, Pueblo has read another big number again, oh.
Are we supposed to be writing off 2027? That would be a function of one.
Yeah, he is.
Is the Nigerian political
He's
class
visiting from France.
capable of recognizing what is in his own enlightened
He's the ambassador of France to
and what
Nigeria.
is that in his own enlightened selfish interest? I believe personally that as useless as they have proven themselves to be up to this point, it is critical to recognize that it is in their enlightened selfish interest to find a peaceful transition away from the madness we are currently in. Our current trajectories are not sustainable. You cannot continue to have this number of economically displaced, disadvantaged, and impoverished persons. This level of weaponized ignorance, not expect to come to a point of implosion in the nearest future. So the political class, as useless, I repeat again, as they are, what history has told me is that it is always members of the oppressive class that leads whatever revolution will come. I am not holding my breath that they have the capacity to crystallize a revolution in Nigeria, but perhaps they might at least be able to organize an orderly transition devoid of widespread violence. Because if Atiku as a person does not recognize that his time has gone, unless he's working for Tinubu, if he's not working for Tinubu, I expect that he'll be able to see very clearly that the only candidate that is capable of galvanizing anything politically is Peter Obi. This is not me campaigning. This is me, and let me just clarify that. A Peter Obi thrown forward by that party called ADC today, that does not have a clear charter with the Nigerian people, I cannot campaign for him, because he will be no different from a Buhari of 2014, 2015, who ended up causing more damage to Nigeria than people had imagined when they were voting for him. So let's just be clear, this is not me campaigning for him. If Peter Obi does not come to the village square with a clear program that defines exactly how he intends to change Nigeria in a substantive manner, connect with the people sufficiently, I will not. The Peter Obi of 2023, I cannot vote for him in 2027. He has to evolve to become what he needs to become, and that is a revolutionary, transformational leader. It's not about his person any longer. It has to be tied to policies, to issues. The people have to be galvanized. It cannot be about person. It has to move beyond that.
Where is the lie? 100% agree with him. If they fear to read budget, Tokumbo, you see am now because of you they fear, because every time you go they say as a read numbers, as a why no go fear? Now you they make am fear, now you make am never come out since. Eh? he don't move am o. Tracy, you know here he say na 3.5 million now. I don't know how many will be for that state, but he said that I don't know where he want to see the additional over 1 million. Governor when sabi work, when they work for gutter, abeg mona leave okpe blah blah. They waka for gutter. Okay, let's see.
If you look at an African country, it calls itself a sovereign country, right? Because it's independent. But in fact, it is not independent. It's not sovereign. Why? Because it depends on foreign financial support. And once they cut off foreign financial support, that government is gone. So basically, even though you can call yourself president or prime minister, the real power actually resides with the people who are cutting the check for your country. They did not like the example of what Thomas Sankara was talking about to spread around. This is one individual.
Burkina Faso does not have nuclear weapons or anything. So why was it a threat to a nuclear power like France? Very easy. Because imagine if every one of those former French colonies started speaking like Thomas Sankara, what would France have left? They killed them basically for no reason, because that's exactly what they're doing today. When Sankara was trying to get them to do that in the 1980s. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and now it's spreading. African regions had been trading even before some European countries existed. That England then takes credit for being at the forefront of ending slavery and the slave trade. But what is not said is that England needed to end slavery and the slave trade because it was harming the development of industrial manufacturing capitalism. It wasn't that they woke up one day and said, oh, you know what? I feel guilty for what we've been doing to Africans. So now let's end plantation. No, they had to end it because they needed people to be employed in the factories, not to be locked up on plantation. There was old school capitalism, you see? Now, they didn't want that type of capitalism based on trade and commerce. No, they wanted trade and commerce, but in manufacturers. And you wanted those people to be released from the plantation to be literally in the new form of enslavement, which is low wages in factories. You pay them salary and they buy the same products that you're making. And that is why they, they became at the forefront of abolishing slavery.
Voice of Africa by Africans.
Una Geo mama dey complain no. Na Geo mama don dey complain. Make una hear, e go touch everybody na. Oh yeah.
Let those who are in the government do things that will bring peace to the people. There is too much of suffering. People are not happy. They are not happy. We in the church, we are suffering because of what is happening economically. Everybody's problem and burden is on the church now. If you see what happened at our gates every day, people will stay there, they won't go. They have not eaten since yesterday. They have not eaten since 5 days ago. Children are at home, no school. So the government should do something for the peace of this nation.
Mona see na organic. Check am now. Welcome, Michael. Thank you. Mona vote for Mo, Dr. Mo, abeg. He dey run as chairman AMAC for Abuja. So I was reading a tweet by someone, right? So the person is subtly claiming that Wike has sworn that Dr. Mo will not come out as, he not mentioned a name, but you could tell, it was quite obvious, it was referring to Dr. Mo's election. That Dr. Mo is not even going to sit third in the election. Okay? So they too have their eyes on the chairman Amak. So please, guys, if you have family in Abuja, tell your people to vote for Dr. Mo. It's very important too. No, it's flying ADC. Oh. Now ADC they fly. Oh. Mona listen o. Arewa people say if the president refuses to do what we said by removing this INEC chairman that has brought America and many other problems to Nigeria, Mona dey hear lamba. We will vote him out massively. Khan is aware of the damages that this will bring on Muslims. That is why they are insisting he remains. Una hear? Hey.
duba da nazarin da suka yi
Mona listen to the voice when they talk.
na tashin
And also now
hankali
the
da rashin
Hausa,
samun nutsuwa da haraji da rashin tsaro da duk kuma wannan bala'in da Amerika take danno mana shine ta yi kira ga shugaban kasa akan a gaggauta cire shugaban INEC din nan saboda yana ɗaya daga cikin masu rura wuta a Najeriya cikin gida da wajen Najeriya yana daga cikin wanda igayyato Amerika ƙasar nan yana daga cikin wanda ya rubuta wa Amerika takarda cewa musulmai suna kashe kiristoci to ina kuma ga ya samu wannan dama mu musulman Najeriya ba mu yadda da wannan mutumin ba ba mu yadda da wannan shugaban INEC din ba saboda ba zai wa musulmai adalci ba kuma baya cikin masu adalcin da muke mai wannan zato ko ba haka ba to shugaban ƙasa jin maganar wakilan musulmai shine cewa kana mutunta ra'ayin al'umma idan kuma ka kafe a iya ra'ayinka to za ka gane ra'ayinka nan gaba shi isa kan saboda ta san yadda zai yi wa musulmai shine ta fito ta kama hayaniya tana cewa shugaban ƙasa ka watsar da maganganun malaman nan ke kan kin isa ki ce mana a watsar da maganganun malaman kan nawa kike mun fi ƙaunar malaman mu akan kowa kuma mun fi ƙaunar wakilan musulunci akan kowa mu musulunci mu shine jagaban mu kuma kai kanka shugaban ƙasa musulunci ya maka gata ko bai mai gata ba da me ya fake yake ta gasa mu ai shi isa muke gaya maka goban ka zo da wannan rigar mun san cewa ba na kwarai bane kai ba kuma wanda zai mana dodorido akan cewa musulmi ne kai musulmi ne kawai idan musulmi ne na gaskiya ga abin da musulmai suka hada baki suke nema a wajenka amma saboda matarka saboda san ra'ayinka ka ki ka saurari maganganun musulmai akan wannan shugaban kan din kuma ko da ka yadda ko baka yadda ba da yaddar Allah shugaban kasa ba za ka koma ba insha Allah ba za ka koma kujeran nan ba idan mutumin nan ya koma kowa ije ya nemi wajensa a makabarta tun kan aje a kai ka
na the AMAC colors
idan ko baka mutu ba an ce wuya ba ta kisa ko amma za a jima ana jin me za a jima ana wahala Allah karba mu da wannan wahala saboda haka kalubalen mu in dai har bai cire wannan shugaban INEC din ba kiran mu ga musulmai ku yi ƙuri'a wacce za ku nuna mai kuna da yanci wanda zai gane cewa bi iznillahi bila sai ya batta dau'an aukaraha yana so ko baya so sai ya batta da yaddar Allah kuma zai ƙara wata mulkin a Najeriya wahalar da ake ci ke yawa.
Enough said. The all of what he said is this. Especially this Arewa source, this handle, this man one that they see, this person behind this handle. God, I've never seen a human being like that in my life. We they live amongst Mona see the global agenda for Islam. Mona here.
Listen, if you don't want to, don't scroll on. All right. I'm speaking to a person, just a man, and he is a part of the religion of peace. Okay. I have a beard, my skin tone, he thinks I'm one of them. So they talk to me. And they came over, hello, we just got to talking. And we started talking about what's going on in Minneapolis. And in Minneapolis, he was saying it's a good thing. People are sticking up for him and his people. And he talked about the white liberal. And we got to talking about taking over this country. Now I'm there and I'm shaking my head, I'm agreeing. Yep, you're right, of course, yeah. Allah, Bullah, Hezbollah, whatever, And I'm just shaking my head listening to this guy. And he was serious. He was dead serious about how many people are coming over and how many people are taking over this town, that town, and they took over New York City already, he says. which he's right. And he's like, they're going to continue growing. They're going to take over the United States. And he's like, there's nothing that Donald Trump and his people can do about it. I was like, yeah, of course, I agree with you. They can't do nothing to us. Just to egg him on, I want to hear what this man has to say. And they have their movements of people peacefully going to take over this country by putting their people into politics. And I mean, he gave the example of Mamdani and how that happened in New York City. And now Mamdani is the mayor of the most powerful city in all the world. Little by little, he says, by chip, brick by brick, they're going to take over. And he made it clear that there's nothing that Trump and his people can do about it. Now, I know, you're a conservative, you're sitting there. I'm a conservative, laying here, well, sitting here. And I'm thinking the same thing. Hell no, I got my AR-15s, ain't nothing going to happen. I got body armor and a helmet, and I got this and I got that, ain't nothing going down. I'm a patriot. God bless. No. They're taking over and they're doing it from what he described from the inside. Okay? And they're doing it peacefully by getting votes and getting in office. And the white liberal, they're not all up here. And they're giving them the help that they need by giving them votes. And when they get that votes, they're bringing in, besides DEI, they're bringing in people based on, what's it called? Refugees, bringing them from the Middle Eastern countries, and they're just planting them here. And once they're here, they're starting to have kids, and they're just growing. And really and truly, that's what's going on. And he's right, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, what are we going to do? Civil war? Woohoo! I'm just worried about it because the religion of peace is really a religion of hate. And it's so funny, and I made a video about this before, talking about how liberals and the religion of peace will never get along. They literally hate each other. They despise each other. But because they both work on the same demonic plane, the same evil plane, they both work with Satan directly, the left wing and the religion of peace, they don't see their issues that they have between each other. For example, left-wing people, they love homosexuals. That's the coolest thing ever. They love the gays. The month of June, they celebrate it with pride. Yeah? And this other group, the religion of peace, will literally take that person who happens to be funny, and toss them off of, the building. Okay? They'll take it off. But yet, they love each other for some reason right now, because they're both evil. That's why. Anyway, I'm just making this video to tell you guys, it's going down and it's happening in front of our face, and there's absolutely nothing that we can do about it. Or is there? Come together, guys. We need to come together. Don't forget to pray. Take care. God bless.
Okay. February 1st. I didn't see this. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is excuse me. This is Rufai Hosseini's tweet. Just saw a footage of the attacks on Nigeria airport. Nigerian. Okay, I remember what he's now talking about. I thought it was Nigerian. The Nigerian airport that all these terrorists went attacking. Okay, now let me read this. This is from Sahel Revolutionary Soldier. Excuse me, something in my throat. Let me get some water, guys. Okay. So, he says, according to the Russian intelligence service, Macron has authorized his intelligence services to implement a plan to eliminate undesirable leaders in Africa. This is a key statement from the RISS, as they call them. France is complicit in the attempted coup in Burkina Faso January 3rd. And Paris will continue to destabilize countries in the Sahara region and even try to mortally eliminate unfavorable leaders like Ibrahim Traoré, Chani, and Goïta. Paris is actively seeking opportunities for political revenge in Africa. France is exploring options to overthrow the new president in Madagascar. France is now directly supporting terrorist groups of various persuasions, which are becoming its main allies on the African continent. They just can't leave Africa alone. Okay? Why be say anywhere all these evil people dey, France hand dey inside? That's a question I have. Mona, listen to this post. I'll soon round it up. In a few minutes, we're going to wrap this baby up.
Wrote and said, Pastor, we just wanted to pray and something, and because you saw one envelope that he has already packaged, that they will send you away with. I said, Father, in the name of Jesus, Jesus. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Is that the name of Jesus? We know why you are doing that. Is that envelope? That's why you are now saying, oh God, this your servant, promote him. This election that is coming, put his hand on the water, put his hand on the land. Everywhere, let him win all round. You prophesy prosperity to a wicked man. Where are those people that will stand out and said, yes, thank you that you brought me here, but I need to tell you, as I was praying, I saw you losing this election. Because you have not performed justice. There are people that you have cheated. And a wicked man cannot be promoted. If you repent, God will forgive you, but you will still not win this election. God bless.
Yeah, that's an old video, actually. I think it's a very old video. Okay. Look at this. I want us to see this. Okay. This is at least 100, according to the person, this is Dr. Waikena, right? This is at least 150,000 people, including Iranians, came out in Toronto to protest against their Islamic government of Iran. Nigerians, where are you people? Where are you people? There's a protest coming up in Washington. I'll expect this type of crowd because what you are dealing with is major. There's a particular lady, what's her name now? She's Iranian, but she's always in the forefront. Always. This girl, they stream like lives for hours on end. Not be today she started. She has been doing it consistently. I can't remember her name. She was the one that was on what's this man's show with your minister, Tuga. She was the one that decimated him. When you are fighting for your country, you have to be consistent. If you sleep, all these people, they are not sleeping. All the people that, all these your terrorists, they know they sleep every day. How will they see chance they cry every day? While you are sleeping, they are ramping up more to buy people. Look at. Look at them flying Iranian flags. Why would the world not pay attention to them? But Nigerians in diaspora are complicit as well because everybody wants their comfort. You can't take a day off of work. Me, I don't understand though. Anyway, I don't know. If you know the importance of the fact that you need to get, even if we're going to go, everybody's going to go their separate ways. It starts from here. Anyway, there's a one coming up in Washington, D.C. Few people like don't show up. don't show up. There are people who showed up from every part of the country, and even outside. There are people who came from Canada. Oh, I beg. Let's move forward. These are the people now. They are now trying to come and say, like Sharia is not going to happen in America. Let's hear.
They don't want to see Sharia law in this country. I have somebody that lived in Saudi Arabia for 2 years, in Iraq for a year. I understand what Sharia law really is. I'm the only candidate that's actually lived under these regimes. To see and even talk about that being the law of any piece of this country, it's just not going to work. If you want to come to our country, you have to assimilate, understand that this is America. We have our own set of laws, but you're not going to transform our communities. Those are the things that I tend to hear a lot coming around Texas. And I want to make sure that we have solutions to those problems.
Sharia law, some would also say, mentioning that is a form of fear mongering.
The people that say that never lived in Saudi Arabia and realize that there were public beheadings and public behandings just 10 years ago. The people that say that don't understand that women weren't given the right to drive until 5 years ago. When I was stationed in 2012, women were not even allowed to operate a motor vehicle. If you live in these regions and you go there, you understand what I'm talking about. And that's why I am also choosing to lead, because I have a very unique set of experiences and I've seen all this and I know what must be protected in this own country.
That's how you talk as a leader. I just bring her up. That is, you have to let the enemy know. Hey, God. Anyway, look where they look. And they accumulate all the recipe, all the herbal care for snake bites, scorpion bites. Here's another one. This is activated charcoal. Even as kids then, we used to drink, they used to give us charcoal. Let's say you go outside, you eat, so, maybe you went outside and ate something that you're not, food poisoning or whatever. Charcoal to the rescue. Okay? So this one, the guy showed how you can make it. He made his own with, he said, mix the charcoal with binder like psyllium husk, or slippery elm, or ground flaxseed that will retain moisture to help from a paste-like consistency when you add water. I be herbalist to herbal. All these herbal things, I dey champion them. I no send, right? You add water inside, right? So, and then he says it's smart to already have a poultice ready made and stored in your fridge. You can research videos to see how people do this. Barbara O'Neill, okay, it's not taking you from Barbara O'Neill, did a very nice video on how to do it without creating a mess. This is first aid. So you should still go to the hospital for checks afterwards, but this is a crucial first aid that you should do before making that journey to the hospital. This is for snake bite, okay, to neutralize actually any poison. I know I talked about food poison earlier. You can take charcoal when maybe you eat something you're not sure about. Okay, let's listen to this.
Over the past 72 hours, these news have been a trending topic on X, formerly known as Twitter. And as I always do, when I don't see a news making the headlines as I expect it to make, when I don't see it as a trending topic across other social media platforms, I just have to bring it to the front burner for Nigerians to see what is currently going on in their country. And for the next few minutes, please bear with me while I watch this video.
Igbos are the most worthless tribe in Nigeria. They have heard it. Igbos are the most worthless tribe in Nigeria. Get angry all you like, but they are just all mouth and no depth, just mouth. Because if they are not, why should this be happening in Nigeria right now? Why should this be happening? You know how they told us that they removed history from the Nigerian curriculum because they didn't want sentiments, because of the war, the civil war. But history just got reintroduced to the Nigerian educational system. And guess what? Guess what they put inside here? See, before now, my son came and asked me, I said, Dad, I thought Igbos were the third biggest tribe in Nigeria. I said, yes. He said, how come there is no Igbo in their history book? I was shocked. I took their book and I looked at it. All the history of all the major tribes in Nigeria. We have the Hausa states, Kanuri Empire, Nupe, Igala, Yorubas, Benin Kingdom, Ethnic, Niger Delta, and Shekiri. No Igbo. For a tribe that has almost 5 to 6 states in Nigeria. No Igbo whatsoever. The painful part of it is that, you see this Ethnic here? No, I bet every people want to know so. But see this Ethnic here? Then put them on purpose. It was put here on purpose to let the Igbos know that we know what we are doing and we are worthless. I don't want to talk about the people that wrote the book, but this is the Junior Secondary School Revised. This is the Junior Secondary School Revised Standard Edition, JS1. The funny part is that our biggest flex as Igbos is just 2 things: to build houses and paint them white so we can show them every December on Twitter, on social media, and of course name our children Jewish names. That's the only thing that we know how to do best right now. Because if this is happening, we have been erased from our history.
All right.
Rubbish.
Where do I even start from? I'm just gonna have to break this down. Honestly speaking, this is very, very brutal. He said something, he doesn't want to talk about the names. I will talk about the names. I will talk about the photos because in such instances like this, it is very, very important you shame and name drop these people. If you don't shame and name drop these people, then you automatically are giving room for future stuff like this to happen in the country. Let me just quickly name the authors. The authors are O.M. Isekure, O.O. Olajide, and T.E. Taiwo. These are the three authors of the book, The Living History for Junior Secondary School. So they start indoctrinating our children from young, from when they're like 10, their formative age, 10 to 13 years. Let them start reading this fake history. This is the same propaganda they used in the Igbo coup of 1966. I want you guys to understand, this is a trend. History keeps repeating itself. If you fail to learn from history, you're bound to make the same mistake that happened in the past. This is exactly the same playbook. The difference is that we have social media that we can counter such narratives. When you bring this narrative out, there are people that are willing to bust the line. And many people might look at it. It's actually an intentional act. I want to repeat this. It's actually an intentional act. If you have been following my series for a couple of months right now, you have seen how much I've talked about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's state institutionalization of big tribalism. I've always insisted, I've always said that every bigotry, every tribalism you see on the social space was intentionally hatched by this government because they understand one key thing: keep Nigerians divided, keep them fighting against themselves. They can never unite along common grounds. Nigerians will always stay divided and fighting for their tribe and region. But let's look at this holistically and ask ourselves, who is the current Minister of Education in Nigeria? If we ask Dr. Tunji Alausa, who are the people that are in charge of making sure that this kind of books pass through the curriculum of Nigerian students? In a country whereby history was erased and you're introducing history back to our primary curriculums for our children, you now omit a very sensitive topic because they know actually that this topic, that's not how you do this and you expect that it will not come out to the limelight. There is no how. There is no how this stuff now they have done. They didn't know that people will find out who talk about it. But let's still do it. That just shows the kind of people that we're dealing with in our country. The kind of people that we have allowed to take the center stage of our country. And this goes down to the Igbo leaders. It's not all those hobnobbing right now with APC. In my last few videos I made, I kept saying that the political southeastern people should understand that their greatest rivals are the political elites from the southwest. I kept saying it's not as if I'm pitching these two people against each other, but it is just the truth. Left for these guys, this will be relegated because when it comes to the so-called equation of division of power in Nigeria, it is always going to be along the lines of the northern and the southern protectorate. According to how it was created by Lord Lugard, southern protectorate, northern protectorate, and so therefore power is moving along this equator from the north to the south. And so forever that the power must be coming to the south, the southwestern elite class will always position themselves to take that power. They are not here for you. This is just one more example. Where are the southeastern leaders? Where are our governors? Where are our senators? Where are our House of members? Where are the elite class of the southeastern people? And that's why I'm bringing it to the attention of the world because you people should go and start dragging them. Because I know how many of them enter like what the last video I made. So you people should please go and start dragging them. These are intentional issues that this country, this government has created to make sure that the southeast is relegated. Now we're speaking today in Nigeria today. I dare say if a true census is conducted in Nigeria today, the southeast will be the most populous set of people. Igbos are the most populous people in Nigeria. Because in every state you go to in Nigeria, let me repeat this, in every state you go to in Nigeria, after the indigenous people of that state, the second most populated people in that state are probably the Igbos. In every state in Nigeria. And those people today cannot produce a Senate president, cannot produce a president, cannot produce a vice president, cannot produce a House of Speaker. What they delegate is this clown that is jumping up and down. They're calling himself deputy speaker or what? It's what they can produce. They're making noise. How weak the political elites of the South are today. Well, this is just me bringing this to the attention of the public to understand this is one more of Tinubu's game plan in institutionalizing bigotry and tribalism into their affairs and trying to wipe out the history of one of the founding foundations of this country, while the elite class are all hobnobbing, trying to find themselves into what they call city boys. There you have it.
My own history no even dey the book. Should I mention? My own history no dey. My own ethnic group, you know, dey inside. I can name so many other ethnic groups that are not inside in the history that is taught in secondary school. I beg, who said? Meanwhile, I don't understand though. They say this pastor go collect tattoo. The dragging has not been easy. I've been watching. The man say, how is tattoo wrong? Women do microblading. Do makeup. Do microblading na today. What have we not seen? Do makeup. He say Hausa does lali. Turn yourself to Hausa na and do lali. Is it not tattoo? I will draw more tattoo. I will do dreads. You think the younger generation are boring as you? See this one, you call yourself younger generation. I beg, Biko. This is the problem I have in Nigeria. Is this man the younger generation? Na Pastor Tracy, I hear say na your pastor e be. Michael, I hear say you be usher for the man church. Una no dey advise am. The guy dey para. Make una listen.
I know drug dealers are private jets. So we're going to cancel private jets now.
They compare private jet to
What are you
tattoo.
talking about? How is tattoo wrong? Is what you've not told me. What made tattoo wrong? Somebody painted their hand. The women do microblading. You don't know it's tattoo. The women do makeup. You know, what's that? Is it hunu or what's that thing they call that some people outside use when they are getting married and they paint their hand? It's not tattoo. Africa, oh Africa. Africa, oh Africa. When will you wake up? With all the national issues going on, you guys made a fuss about my tattoo. Without the election is a few days. The people who owning the country have already started meeting and planning. The youths are bothered about my tattoo. I will do more. If it's paining you, go and get juice, drugs, and Panadol. I will do more.
Okay.
And I might do dreads. Oh, you don't know there's a pastor in this Lagos that has dreads and has that. Are you out of touch? Are you out of touch? You think the younger generation are as boring as you? If they entered my young adult church, nobody had normal hairstyle. Only me had, this afro, but most normal hairstyle. Everybody had something going on. Young adult, this is how they are creative people. They are not these boring people. Because your apostle or your bishop or whatever is, they are old. Don't mix that up. That's not Christian. That's personal preference. And nothing's wrong with your bishop or daddy or your papa. Nothing's wrong with them, but don't impose that. These young guys are not going to listen to these things you're saying anyway. I'm just want to help you. The young guys don't care. Go and check. The real young guys, they have tattoos. All the young guys, they have dreads. Think they're waiting for you. And those are the people I'm sent to. Not you. You are ready to religious now.
Okay. Kwankwaso say the only way he will join ADC is if Peter Obi is the presidential candidate of the party. Una hear? I'm telling you, Michael. I say, they just move. They keep moving the goalposts. Then they move them in broad daylight, and their members are clapping for them. Their customers are clapping for them. There's somebody that calls them customers. I can't remember who the person right now. Their customers are clapping for them. You, as a pastor, you are drawing tattoo on your body. Not be saying you get the tattoo before you enter. You go intentionally draw the tattoo for your body. They talk say you are called to a certain group of people. So please, how do you not differentiate yourself from those that you call worldly? Just abandon the altar and join the fellow worldly and sinners. I don't understand it. Double standard. Look at the goalposts they are pushing. Look at it. Anyway, now they go church with it concern. If you not like, let them continue to use your brain to fry dodo.
Let's be honest. Kwankwaso was not being excessive. He was planning for 2031. And that was exactly why APC rejected him. Kwankwaso and APC were in talks, and now we just heard that he made some demands. Those demands were he would get 20% control of the APC national structure. He would get the vice presidential slot, and he will be guaranteed in the 2031 elections. Now, APC did not agree to his demands because it would practically look as if APC were handing over the party to only one man. And we are now hearing that Kwankwaso is in talks with the ADC. And his demands, as we are hearing again, is that he would only come if Peter Obi is the presidential candidate and he would be the running mate. He wants to use 2027 as a stepping stone to 2031. Being a vice presidential candidate will give him a good chance of grabbing the 2021 presidential ticket and also going ahead to win it. Let's be honest.
Now they hear, and then some people will come here and say, let's just go to transparent this thing. Okay, now look at it. This is the audacity of your North. They come out and tell you straight up, this is what I want. Una South go, they dance around this thing. They dance around, they do nice. I beg, I'll soon end this show. I beg. There's more. See, there's another. They just arrested this person in America for drug-related trafficking. See, it's a shame. Now, Nigerian, no. You see, Tunji Alausa, Minister of Education, now they in charge of that secondary school book. This man, you don't forget what he do for JAM. Now he shut down all those JAM portals for the Southeast. When most of the Southeast had issues, this is the man. This is the face of the man. We know, they know what they are doing in there. But as they happen, when they bring and come here, make they know. Eh? People are sharing their concerns about taking, and other history in Nigeria is irrelevant to them. They will not come and lie. They'll be claiming that they formed, they are the ones that populated a particular group. They will not be adding other ethnic groups to themselves. Every ethnic group within a state, they all have their own story of how they came to be. Not everybody came from the same place. Me, I know my history. You cannot come and lie to me about my own history. Lie. Eh? Okay, so let me read this tweet and we'll call it a day. Even if Tinubu removed his hat and dropped it in the ground for Arewa, they will not vote for him in 2027. The 2023 Mumu ticket won't work this time. Even if he removed the INEC chairman, they still won't vote for him. If I were Tinubu, I would go with the alternative rather than wanting to appease Arewa. Tẹ̀sí wọn lójú. Anna posted this picture of oh my God. Hey, my people. Now here I go leave am for today. Southerners no nice, so them just they use religion as the face of their cowardice. Let me tell you, Southerners are dumb when it comes to politics. I'm sorry to say. When it comes to politics, they are dumb and they don't know how to choose leaders. You know, as bad as it is in Nigeria with this Tinubu, if you had governors that cared for the people won't feel the impact. Do you know that? The people will not feel the impact so much. But you have the dumbest set of greedy, gluttonous, demonic, selfish leaders in the South. They don't care. All they care about is about their pocket, apart from Alex Oti. The rest are just there for themselves. Look at them building mansions. For mansion, we say they feel tomorrow is not guaranteed for them. Exactly. We know them, Tracy. We know them. You understand? The more you come and complain, oh, you are talking about this group too much, but they are the ones that are featuring the most. What do you want me to do? They are the ones that are featuring the most. Look at this jam thing now. Now the same tribe we come from. Come on now. What are we saying? Shouldn't we say the truth anymore? We can't be quiet forever. We can't. Era of social media, all these things will come out now. I expect that people should be going to meet these people and telling them, come. You people are doing us. People are making us. You are really wrecking us in the world, though. You should go and be telling them and appeasing them. Go and be begging them to come, to please. That's what you should be doing, not coming to attack those that are calling it out. I beg, my people, let me leave it here. We'll go see again. It depends on who. If Dr. Catch, I don't know, sometimes Dr. Catch, this thing, it's what they call him. Dr. Catch, what you might call it now. In internet, they dance Kelewu, they dance Azonto, all the other news, latest dances. So I don't know if his thing is clear. I don't know if he's the one coming on Precious TV today, but in case it's clear, I'll bring it. If not, see you now later. That one has been debunked now completely. Tracy, it has been debunked. Now we see everything. It's a shame. It's really, really, really shameful. You know, very, very shameful. It's going to take them God knows how long to rebuild. That name has been shattered completely. Anyway, guys, let me leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me. Michael, Tracy, thank you. Tokumbo, Kola, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on my next one. Bye. Oh, can Nigerians take back their country? 81% say yes. Okay, I like this confidence. 19% said no. Okay, thank you.